Hi everyone, it's Missy, and today I'm giving you an update. The chicks are about 3 weeks old. You can see we got a roosting bar put in for them. It's about 4 inches off the ground, and all 4 of them have been using it. So that was nice. They were scared of it at first, but I got them by just tapping my fingers on the roosting bar. They gingerly stepped up there. They were pretty shaky at first, but now, like after 24 hours, they're pretty much pros at it, so that's a good thing. I got the water up on bricks, and that has kept it a lot cleaner. And they can reach it just fine. They still want to scratch their feet out of there, and but it's been pretty good. They've been trying to roost on that bar in the middle, and of course it just rolls, so then they fall off. So at least now they have an actual place that they can roost. I have been worried that they've been getting a little bit too warm under the heat lamp, but last night it got down to 16 degrees, and now it's like 60 degrees outside today. So I haven't really been adjusting the heat lamp anymore because there's so much variance in hot and cold, and with the heat lamp, I figure if they're really hot, they can come over to this side, and when they're cold, they can be under the lamp. So that's been working out okay. And of course, these guys are getting so big that I had to invest in their next setup, which is going to be a coop, and I'm going to show you that. And here it is. I got a coop kit off of Amazon. This was the largest one that I could find for my budget anyway. Let's see if I'll turn the camera upside down if you can read that. So it's by Pawhut. It's a wooden chicken coop, and it's supposed to have the roof over the whole top. I know a lot of people like to put chicken wire on top, but I want my chickens to be shaded, and they're going to be out free ranging around the orchard and so forth during the day. So, comes in 2 boxes, and this box was damaged, so I already opened them to make sure in all the pieces. But they did pretty well. It's all encased in styrofoam, so it's just that the styrofoam got dented. The wood is okay. But I'm ready to open up these boxes and see if we got all the parts. Okay, so I unpacked the first box and I just started pulling and putting stuff in piles. I didn't realize that there was all these pieces in the first box. So I got them kind of scattered out, but I'm going to be building it. I got a couple sawhorses I'm hoping can help keep the structure up while I work on it. They did give me the hinges and screws and all the hardware I need to put it together. And these are the instructions. Now, a lot of people have been giving pretty bad rap over these instructions because you got to figure out what piece is what. Yeah, they're kind of hard to follow, but they're actually the same instructions I'm used to as a kid putting Lego connects and erector sets together. No words, just pictures. So for me, I think I can figure this out. It shows all the arrows where all the screws are going. It says which screw. So the first part, you need screw A1, 8 pieces, which is a 4x50 millimeter screw. So I think what I'll do is I'll separate the hardware out into the categories and then just go from there. I'm going to be using just an electric screwdriver or drill or whatever the technical term is. Like I said, I'm not a construction person, that's why I bought a kit. But the good thing about this kit that I want to show you is it's that hardware cloth instead of chicken wire, and I feel that this is a lot more structurally sound and safe for chickens compared to that traditional chicken wire, just to keep the animals out and so forth. So that's why I also wanted to get this kit. So hopefully I can get this together and see how it goes. Okay, so I got my hardware separated out according to the A1, A2, A3, A4, A5 parts. So A1, A2, A3, A4, A5. And they gave me extra screws compared to the numbers that they specified, which is good. I ended up with 2 latches, which is, I think, right, because there's 2 doors. And then I have a hinge, which I don't know why I only have 1 hinge. That one has gotten me a little floored. And then the tab piece. So I also have another box I haven't opened yet, so I may have more that go with the other pieces. But we're just going to start off with number 1, and that's to get the 2 walls, I should say the 3 walls of the actual coop structure, plus that triangle piece to make the peak. Okay, so I finished the first step, and already I can tell it's smaller than what I thought it was going to be. But it's still a pretty good size. I managed to get the walls in, and then I found out that there's wooden pegs that fit through holes. So it does make it easier if there's these wooden pegs that fit in the holes, and it's easier to take a rubber mallet first, dry fit them, and then screw the piece in. So I grabbed a rubber mallet. So I'm just using a drill and a rubber mallet. Everything else is provided for. And so this is what it's looking like. So now we go on to step 2, and I already put in D2 down here, as you can see, and I also have to put in D1 and S, and we're going to be putting in one of the hinge, or yeah, not the hinge, but the lock on the door as well. So it's just basically screwing in, and we'll get the whole coop done, and then we'll be able to do the chicken run part. That's the area down below where the chickens can go underneath, and then of course this is the area where the chickens can come out of the coop for the run area. And then I also put in the drawer or the pan that the wood chips will be in on the inside, and then you just pull it out to clean. And I still have the opening here where I need to do the nesting boxes, and according to the pattern I'm actually going to be doing the chicken run area next. And to kind of show you guys how simple it is really to build this, I mean, I really don't need instructions. You can do this on your own. I'm just going to take one of the pieces. So basically all I did is I matched up the area where I need to pound it in, and now I'm just going to take my rubber mallet and pound it so that way it comes flush. And then that's basically all there is to it. It's really not that hard. I'll just be doing that with the other sides. I'll screw in those areas where the holes are just to show you how I attach it. I just kind of wanted to bring you guys closer so you can see. So these pre-drilled holes here are where the screws go for screwing in. Just line up your screw. Try not to wreck the hardware cloth and then also get the screw in. So it's getting a little tricky. But I'll put the one in on the bottom, and then I'll tighten that one off after I get the bottom one in. Alright, so I finished the next step and I got the chicken run area done, and now I get to put the nesting boxes together and get those on. I did run into a problem. This one board is warped, but it wasn't warped bad enough that it didn't hold together. Also, I noticed that there are more screw holes than I had for screws, so I need to get 4 screws just to finish it off. And the directions, it actually didn't say to put a screw through these middle holes, but I'm gonna just to make the structure sturdier. So that's something that I have to do on my own, but let's get the nesting boxes going. And what I'm going to do is just build the nesting boxes first like the instructions call for, and then attach them to the main coop. Okay, so I finished the nesting boxes. As you can see, there's going to be a panel in the middle here, so I'll separate it out into 2 boxes. And I actually had some issues getting the screws in because they were pretty short and the boards were really wobbly, and being that there's going to be a roof on top, I wanted to make sure it was sturdy. So I actually glued these sides together, and then I put the screws in. So now I'm going to just attach this to the outside of coop here, and then we can get the floor put in and then put the cover on top. Okay, so a little trick I learned about attaching the hen box to this thing is you get the top bolts in first, then put in the floor, and then put the 2 bottom bolts in. That way the floor will just set down in there. Because when I had the bottom bolts in there, you couldn't get the floor in. And all it is just a regular bolt with a nut. You just take, and the holes are already pre-drilled. You slide it into the hole, and then you kind of have to turn it. And I don't know if it's just how they drilled the hole or what, but you can't like push it through. You could probably tap it through with a hammer, but this wood is so soft, and I found that you can easily wreck it if you're not careful with it. So okay, so once I got it through most of the way, you just take and screw on your nut. And then to tighten it, I'm using a 10mm wrench. Because it's made in China, it's the metric system. So I just hold my finger on the bolt, because there's nothing for another wrench to fit on for doing the bolt. So I just have to tighten it the best I can with just my finger strength. And the wrench, of course, tightening on the other end. So alright, so once you get all those tightened, then we can go on to the next step. Okay, so I got the latch on the door to the chicken run. Just looks like so. And then I got the roof on the hen box. This is hinged, so it just comes right on up. I got the insert in. That one just slid in. No screws or anything like that. The hinge has this, you have to get a pin or a lock or something to latch down the hen box. And then the last part is the roof, and the roof actually threw me for a loop for the longest time. These are the caps, and they just kind of hold the whole thing together. I'm going to show you if I can move this cap off, because I haven't screwed this down yet because I wanted to show you guys. These just lay on down here, these boards. If I could show you over there, maybe you can see it. It's this board right here. There's like a little, there we go, where my finger is. Up here, there's like this ridge on the edge that catches the side of the wall. And when I got it, 2 of them were broken off, so I had to re-glue them. I actually had to glue something else. I had to glue the hen box too. And another problem that I've come across is this door over here is warped. This one side, so I got big gaps in the door to the chicken run that I'm gonna have to do something about. And then that doorway over there from the actual hen house to the run, there is no door like on other models. That I was surprised. I assumed there was gonna be a door and there's not, so I'm gonna have to figure out something else, because the rain, if we get one of those side rains, it's gonna come right in through this screen right in there. So I'll have to figure out something. I think I'll probably just take some kind of plastic, that's cut into strips so they can go in and out as they please, but yet have some kind of covering. But yeah, with the roof, as you can see in the caps, there's screw holes, and I'll show you too these boards here. So once you get the on, like so, you have to make sure that they're nice and tight. They go in between the boards here. Make sure everything's squared up, and then these boards here go in right underneath here and all the way down to the very edge. So, and those keep those 2 roof panels together, and the caps hold it together. This roof is not screwed onto the actual unit, meaning if I have a good strong wind out there today. I mean, I'm thinking it's just gonna come right under the chicken run and just blow the whole thing off. So I'm gonna try to figure out some kind of modification to get that, hopefully get it so it stays on. And then of course you can see that the wood is an orangish color. It looks, this is just because it's treated, and I'll have to paint it otherwise. And then on the bottom too, I'll have to figure out some kind of foundation so animals can't get underneath. I'm thinking about just having it set on some chicken wire or something when it's in the yard. I don't want to permanently staple chicken wire under there because yeah, it would be kind of terrible to clean. Here I thought I was going to have a bigger door, but I can barely get in and out of that. I don't even know, a kid can, but I'm flexible enough I can still get in and out of there. But so would I ever buy this again? No. It's good for a beginner. Like right now I'm just beginning doing chickens. I got my basic hen boxes. I have 4 hens, which that's basically the limit of this unit. Other than that, I'm gonna have them mostly outside free ranging, but this is gonna be like their nighttime area to stay in. And it's small enough that it's going to fit in my garden well, but in the long term, when I live in Minnesota, it's not going to protect them from the winter. So I'm definitely considering building one of my own fancy coops like I see on Pinterest and YouTube and backyardchickens.com and so forth, because I do want a permanent structure if the chickens work out, and right now they're working out really well and we've been really happy with them. But would I recommend this to someone else? Maybe not. I don't think so, because it costs nearly $300 and everything with shipping, and for that I just don't think it's worth it. If you want something that's small in that, I think you could build something yourself, or maybe buy a used one, or there's some other cheaper kits, and this one it's still too small. I don't know. I guess for some people it might work out great, but I really am disappointed with the size of it for the uses and so forth. I mean, if people are buying this as a permanent structure that their chickens are going to live in all the time, 24/7, all year long, this is not the way to go. But it's going to do me for what I bought it for. I'm going to have to come up with something else for the winter for them, but we're thinking about just moving this into our barn and having this as their area for the winter, but it's too small for them to stay in it permanently. They have to have a bigger area to roam in. So, but that's it. I would like to thanks for watching. If you have any questions, you can leave me a comment below. I'll put a link in if you guys are interested in this. I bought it through Amazon, so I'll put a link down below so you can actually look at it and read other reviews and so forth too. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Bye.